We're going to take a look at a 1999 D-28 that I did some work on. This guitar is in my most recent Triage video. Go back and take a look at that, and you can see the evaluation of this guitar and what we decided to do to it. But I will run down real quick on it. It already had the tuners change. I did a bone nut on it. Took the popsicle brace out, and I re-glued the bridge. I have another video on that process precisely with this guitar. There's finish underneath the bridge. Remove the bridge, take the finish out, re-glue it back on the top. I did antique acoustic bridge pins, slotted the bridge, and then I shaved the two rear back braces down, and I also scalloped the X braces. The owner has another guitar. He has an HD28V, which is, the fully scalloped, more or less version of this. And he didn't want this guitar to become that guitar, but he just wanted it to be a little bit more. He felt like it was lacking. So I suggested those modifications. We also put a K&K pickup in it and strap button before I forget. But I suggested those modifications to bring out the most in this guitar without making it into an HD28V. So we're going to play it. We're going to compare it to a 70s that's been in several videos, and there'll be comparable guitars, and I'll talk about the two guitars when I get done playing. So I just finished the work on this, okay? So we'll talk about that again at the end of this. Let's play the guitars a little bit here. There we go. All right, so this D-28 is 1999, so it's a modern D-28. And when you listen to the comparison back and forth, keep in mind just a couple things here. First of all, this guitar is, let's see, 99, 26 years younger than the other one. So, you know, the 73 has got quite a bit more age to the top. So you're going to expect that. I mean, you can see that just by looking at the top, how nice this one is and how non-tanned it is. And the 73, you know, has got a lot of tanning to it. It's been played for, you know, 2.5 decades more, which basically twice as long as this guitar is, right? 99. This is 23. You know, there you go. So that 73 over there is twice as old as this guitar. Age affects things a little bit. The other thing to keep in mind is that I just finished scalloping these like 2-3 days ago. The 73 has been scalloped now for probably about 6 weeks. It's starting to really age out a little bit. So we're not really saying that one is better or worse than the other here. What I was trying to do is just push this one into that territory and get rid of the nasally bass, which I think pretty successful here, you know. Yeah, that's not nasally to me at all. And I really like the way, when I did the rhythm thing, that A string, man, that's clear, that's punchy. Punches out. It's not muddy, clear. It's a very clear sounding guitar. Plays great, you know, it's got a good neck on it. It's not quite as full as the 73, but, you know, that's to be expected. It's a good neck. It's comfortable to play. Guitar's comfortable. In the Triage video, I pointed out that the saddle was pretty low, and that I thought that by tweaking the neck relief just a little bit, because it had just a hair too much relief in it, I dropped the relief a little bit, and then I was able to use quite a bit taller saddle. And also, when I took the finish out here, the bridge sat down just a little bit lower, which gave me just a little bit taller saddle. And now the saddle is perfect on this thing. You know, look at that. That's a really nice break angle. And this guitar is not going to need a neck reset for quite a while. That saddle is about 135 thousandths of an inch tall, which is perfect, you know. So there we go. That's this guitar. I thought it turned out really good. I hope, you know, it's what the owner was looking for. It certainly sounds like a D28 that I would be happy playing. So we'll play a little bit more just for fun. Okay. I was fooling around the string chords earlier just to see. I like the chords on that. It's got a really good balance for me for what I would call the mush. You know, the chord tones kind of blended together, but at the same time, when you want them to be separate, you can get the separation out of it. So if I pick through those chords a little bit differently. That's really pleasant sounding to me. Yeah, I like that. It's not mushy. I like that. Let's try some of this then. this guitar. This is a 73 guitar that's been in the shop for quite a while. The owner told me, keep it for a little while, see how it matures, keep recording it so he can listen to the different recordings on, video and see how it matures. This one's pretty close to that 99. It's got, several key differences. The neck is a little bit chunkier, and that's going to typically add a little bit more depth and bass to the sound. It has a non-adjustable truss rod in it, which also is going to add a little bit of a different tone to it. It's stressed differently, so non-adjustable rod is a passive tension to it, and it puts a different tension on the neck, which I think changes the sound a little bit, just in my experience in dealing with the things. But this one also has no popsicle brace. It's got scalloped X braces. The bridge has been scooted back. It has a long through saddle, which once again tends to make it a little warmer. And the main difference on these two is that this one has a Southeast Asian rosewood bridge plate, small bridge plate, but that's going to give it a deeper, slightly darker sound than the maple bridge plate that's in that 99. I think you can hear that, especially on the bass here. That's a darker sound to me, just a little, a little bit darker sound than the 99, which is a little brighter, a little crisper. But again, on the 99, we weren't trying for this kind of sound. We weren't trying for the dark, bassy sound. Whereas on the 70s here, I kind of was, I kind of wanted to fatten it up a little bit, richen it, make it kind of growl a little bit more. I hear a little bit more growl on this. The other one's is so clean and pretty. It's great. I mean, I would play it on. I'd play just slightly different things on this, but they're both great guitars, So, and remember, this has got like 25 years, 27 years more age on it, so that's going to make a little bit difference too. The finish is cracked. Got a lot of finish cracks over here. And like I commented before, this is really, really dark rosewood for a 73. I don't see any of the pepper sprinkles that I typically see on this. So I'm kind of curious about that. It's, it came out of a different tree or a different set of logs or something than I normally see. And again, my impression of dark rosewood is a little bit of a darker sound too. That pepper sprinkle stuff that's typically on their mid-70s and earlier is pretty bright. This is a really good guitar, and I really like this D-28. And I think I ran 2 1/4-inch bridge spacing on this, and I can't remember. I have to get it out and measure it and see, take a look at it, but I don't remember. Let's just forget that point. I'll play the same kind of swing chords and stuff that I played on that 99, just to give you a little bit more playing sort of thing, okay? This one, to me, has got a little bit more of the muddy. I don't want to call it a muddy sound. It's more of a, what would I call that? More of a washy sound, where the notes kind of give you a spectrum of sound. I'm not hearing quite the clarity that I heard in the 99, which is fine. It's just a different deal. I'd probably play swing chords more on that 99, but this one's a great bluegrass guitar. For sure. It definitely has a little bit of a darker sound to me. You tell me what you think in the comments. So let's do that. different. So, two really good D-28s though. You know, if I picked one, personally, I'd probably pick this one simply because the neck is just a little bit chunkier and it's got a little bit more of a V, which I personally like. So in my hands, this 73 feels just a little bit better to me, but I'm really splitting hairs here. If I had like the owner has, if I had a HD28V already, I definitely would have a place for that 99. It would have that bright, sparkly. I'd use it for slightly different kind of things. Definitely has a different voice, a little bit different voice. But I just personally very partial to 70s because they're usually such dogs when I get them in that they're so much fun to bring to life, you know. I'll tell you one thing about that 99 too, that it has an adjustable truss rod, which I think is nice, you know, to get that little tweak on the playability. So it's a toss-up, you know. I like the 73 a lot. I like the 99 a lot. It'd be fun to have them both, you know. I'd probably use, in fact, the 99 I put a pickup in, and I think it would make an outstanding stage guitar because that little extra clarity and brightness probably mics really well. I think that'd be a really good plug-in guitar. Not that this one would be bad, but I think if I spent more time with them, I probably want that 99 as my stage guitar. I want this one as my acoustic bluegrass jam guitar. You know, that bass, that deep bass is nice. I'm happy with what I did to this guitar too. I really like. I'm happy I used the choice of Amazon Rosewood on this one, just to give it a little bit different tone than you're normally used to. Go. Let's do the 9-pound hammer on this one. How's it go? D-28. Let's see.